I'm Richard. Today we're going to build a dream on a foundation of hope, or just a little paper Tesfa rocket, depending on how you look at it. What's Tesfa? Well, before you fold your rocket, you might want to read the information inside, or you can visit the site at tesfa.org, though I suppose if you're watching this, you're already here. So, no wait, go check out the site after you're done with your rocket. This is important. Besides, come to the launch party and you'll be the first to see our new website with our innovative store, simplified layout. Tesfa means hope in Amharic, the language in Ethiopia. First, tear off the instructions and information about the party on August 10th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at Westminster Church in downtown Minneapolis. You can get directions from the Westminster website at uwestminster.org with catering by Salsa a la Salsa. Free food! Save that information. It's going to be a blast. Be careful with the first few folds. Like early childhood education, the early bits are pivotal to what comes later. You want to line it up right in the center, fold up the flap a little bit so you can see where it is. Once you get that first one done, the rest of them are fairly easy. Next, fold the corners to the bottom middle line. You want a nice sharp point, like that. Fold the corners to the side that doesn't have printing on it, or it will end up inside. Now, fold the other three like that. This may take a little while. 5 minutes. Speaking of early education, did you know that just 3% of children who are in kindergarten age are in school in Ethiopia? Those are the lucky ones who get a head start and have an opportunity to get real jobs and have a normal life. You can line up the squash fold right there. The majority of kids will live brutal lives of poverty and often end up on streets or as prostitutes. Tesfa is changing all of that. Tesfa built its first school in 2004 for $5,000. An entire school for $5,000. That's not a lot of money. The average teacher salary in Ethiopia is around $50 a month, so it doesn't cost a lot to run them either. So now we've got the first two. We'll flip it over. See the kids? Happy kids. Oh, see, it doesn't line up exactly. The first folds are the most critical. So you can line it up and then fold it into place. There, now it lines up. So, oops, one at a time, guys. We'll squash this one. But $5,000, that's pretty cheap. You could build an entire school for the cost of a Yugo. Since then, we've opened up 6 more schools and are working on the 7th, serving over 1,000 children. Talk about bang for your buck. Your donations can go way further than donating to those giant Save the Children organizations. Tesfa is grassroots, run entirely by volunteers, so there's not much administrative overhead. Tesfa has 8 sister school connections in the U.S. and the U.K. Dozens of visitors and volunteers from the U.S. and Europe. Volunteers teach art and English, mentor our kindergarten teachers, study while they're there, train our athletes, train the teens in vocational skills, train moms, tutor moms in healthcare issues, and help build the schools. Sister school children in the U.S. and Europe learn about the value of their own education, which is so easily taken for granted. These last few are so easy because they all line up right at the bottom. Alright, once you've gotten all of the corners folded in, we'll just find our center pieces and fold it all flat. The next step is to fold these pieces. So again, we're going to start with the rocket, fold it over so we've got our folded pieces, and then fold those pieces in again to the center, like that. See? So those sister school kids learn about lifestyles of the poor in the developing world. They see through the eyes of a child in another culture. We offer donors a chance to see where their money is spent. If they want, they can participate in school builds. So why build schools? Why not just hand people food? Well, I guess that's why Tesfa is named Hope and not Food. When they build a school, they're building communities as well. Those schools help everyone. 46% of the population in Ethiopia is 14 years old or younger. It's a lot of school-age kids. The literacy rate is 46%. And enrollment rates average 60 to 70%. That shows the importance of education. The average family in Ethiopia has 6 children. If the mother works, toddlers are left home alone. Often older sisters don't get to go to school because they have to watch siblings. High quality schooling for one child affects the entire family, an average of 8 people in Ethiopia. In a school of 100 children, that's 800 people impacted per year. For many moms, it only takes $100 to start a business. 14 moms at the first school started successful small businesses. Running in Ethiopia is like basketball here. Girls head to Addis Ababa hoping they'll make it big as a runner and escape their arranged marriages, but end up homeless or working too many hours to finish school. Many are unable to go to school in the countryside. We support dozens of young athletes in school. Many women athletes are working 80 hours per week in bars and cafes. The average waitress makes about $10 a month. Most athletes in Addis Ababa are training twice per day on one meal per day, consisting mostly of bread. We have homeless teenage women in safe housing, school, and nutritious meals. That's hope. So now we're going to fold the feet up to the rocket. We want them to go straight out like that, and it's a reverse fold. So it folds up, inside, and straight out. And then you just do the next 4 the same way, or the next 3. This is probably the trickiest bit. I've done it about 5 million times at this point, so I know how it works. But play with it a little bit, and if you screw up, you can always print another one out. Then you fold the legs down. This is the last fold on all of them. And this is why that early childhood education fold was so critical, because if they don't line up at the bottom, then your rocket is going to be tilted. Alright. We're almost done building a dream on a foundation of hope. So, does it stand up? It does stand up. The next piece of it is to take a pen or a pencil and stick it in and just kind of flatten out the ones with printing on them. And they'll want to pop back in. So, you might have to do a few rounds before it all sticks up. But once it does, it's pretty cool looking. Alright. And that's our rocket. So please come to the party. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and we'd love to see you there.